Hi there, traders. Welcome to Currency Watch. It has been an interesting day. We've had the breakout of gold above the out of the channel that has been sideways in for the last week or so. We had the Euro USD push higher, the USD JPY validate my concerns, pushing lower after nothing transpired on the outlook report and the governor's press conference. Then we see the USD CAD remain above trendline support after the GDP report came in line. Let's start off with gold to start things off. We can see that this pair, computer's running a little slow here, not really sure what's going on. All right, we can see that this pair broke above the 1284.10 level as I had been looking for, and now it's sitting here at the 10-day, 50-day moving average, which will probably cap the price action. From this point on, any pullback down to the 1284 level will offer an opportunity to bounce back into this pair, looking for a continued push higher. The resistance, and we have the next level of resistance at the 1301. As you guys know, I like to trade this pair in the ETFs, so the Nugget, with the Nugget or Dust ETFs, and today's ratio was 2.39 or 42 cents. All that means normally if you're looking for a $1 move in Dust, you look for a 42 cents move in Nugget. And if you only normally buy, say, 100 shares in Dust, you buy 2.39, you buy 239 in Nugget, and you'll come out with the same profit or loss on each trade. It just helps to keep everything, for me at least, to keep the risk and reward the same on the upside and the downside. But let's more importantly take a look at the Euro USD. The Euro USD continues to push higher, and with this continued push higher, I moved my stop loss to below today's lows, which were currently at today's lows, which were currently at today's lows, which this is driving me nuts today. Today's lows, which currently we're at 109.60. I moved my stop loss down to 109.60, and we're jumped into the trade at 109.42, so locked in 18 pips. But now I'm up over 100 pips. 100 pips in this trade, and I'm thinking about stacking into it. I'm going to have to consider this, but if I was going to at this current level, I'd look for a pullback to the 50 fib, and a pullback to the 50 fib would be around the 110.10 level, stop loss down below, and I look for continued push higher. But in the short term, price action might be capped at this 50-day moving average before we get a continued push to the next level of resistance, which is 111.21. Let's look at the other trade that we have, that I have on, that's pretty profitable right now, up 100 pips in the USD CAD. The GDP report came out, and it did not confirm. I mean, it came in right in line. The pair came down to test the trend line and then bounced right back up. So we're still drifting a little bit sideways, up about 100 pips in this pair. I'm going to keep a close eye on this for any push down to a trend line, push below the trend line, or just any indication that we might see something where a little bit more dollar weakness. So it could cause a push down in this pair. But comfortable right now in the Euro USD, and consider stacking into the Euro USD. The USD yen, as we talked about, they had the reports come out, the governor's conference, and the outlook report, and everything came in basically in line, and they just pushed off a little bit their target date for 2% inflation expectations. And this, coupled with the fact that there's uncertainty regarding the elections in U.S. markets, with SPY touching the 200-day EMA earlier this afternoon, this leads to a little bit of a risk-off feel. And yen is one of the biggest safe havens in the world. So if we do see a continued uncertainty, the yen should depreciate in the short term. I don't have a target. I'm not playing it short because there's lots of headline risk in this pair at the moment. So I'm going to steer clear until we have a clearer picture. The next pair I'm going to take a look at is the Great Britain USD, just because we have continued sideways trading in this cross. We did have a cross on the 1 hour, which I had stated I would be interested in looking, but we didn't actually get a cross of the 200 day moving averages on the 1 hour. But if we do get that, I said that I was look for a jump in, but I'm not going to at this point. We are just definitely consolidating on a sideways action here, no footing either way, and the longer we flag in a straight line like this, it does favor a continued push lower. But if we do get a push above 123.75, I'll consider going long. If we get a push below 120.85, I will consider going short. Aussie USD continues to push sideways, nothing to see, nothing to do there. And the New Zealand USD, the same exact boat, just pushing sideways, nothing to do, nothing to see. It's interesting to see on that cross that it is almost exactly where I went in last week. It was 0.7160. The other euro pairs are doing nothing. The Euro JPY remains range bound, and the Great Britain JPY is still resting below the entry point I had in mind of 128.56, and that was just for a scalp up to the 50-day moving average, so I'm going to steer clear of that at the moment. As we can see, the dollar index, as long as the pair continues to push lower, we should see a continued rise in the euro, but it is getting close to support, which is at 97.56. So right now we have the Euro USD up 100 pips, thinking about sitting into a stacker trade, which I'll put on the feed, and the USD JPY is giving up ground because of uncertainty, but I'm not looking to jump into a short because of headline risk. And the USD CAD staying above the trend line, and as long as it stays above the trend line, I could continue to stay in, but I will be watching for any further dollar weakness, and then I'm going to jump out of that pair, locking in if that happens, I would lock in the 100 pip gain. Lock in the 100 pip gain, because that's, hey, 100 pips is not a bad move in the short term, and would be happy to jump in maybe after the election. Not sure at the moment. Right now, happy with the euro, happy with the CAD, and watching the Great Britain to break out of the range, but I don't think that's going to happen in the short term, and considering a stack in the Euro USD. All right, everybody, good trading. Have a good one.